Emotions, are definitely in the body. They're like a physical phenomena that happens in the body. There's like, actual like the chemical reactions and whatnot, and we can feel these things. And emotions are so powerful that can cause us to become sick and get disease, or they can actually heal our bodies too. But emotions are just the results of what's happening inside of the mind. So as we observe our body and we observe these emotions, we're really just observing the mind. And so all this work we do, no matter what angle we come at it from, no matter what words we use, we're always observing the mind because the mind is the first cause with all these things. And so, a really helpful kind of like a chain of events to remember is that our thoughts influence the way that we feel, and then the way that we feel influences the way that we act or behave. Thus, our actions and behaviors are the most surface level parts of life and therefore the most meaningless. But we tend to place the most importance on those things, and we like blame and accuse people, or we put people on a pedestal based on their actions. But it's really at the deepest level that matters most. And it's like, well, what intention are they doing it with? What thoughts are they having as they do these things? And so one way that I like to look at it is like that thoughts are seeds, okay? And if you literally think about like a seed, let's say the seed is like an orange tree. That seed has no choice but to grow into an orange tree. There's no possible way that I know of that it's going to grow into anything else except for an orange tree. It's going to grow into an orange tree, and then it's going to give off a bunch of oranges. And then within those oranges are more seeds. And then, if those are that put into the ground and nurtured and watered, then more trees will grow, more orange trees will grow up. And if they're nurtured, it'll just have this huge orchard of orange trees. And so if we keep on nurturing the same thoughts or seeds, then we're going to keep on experiencing the same emotions coming up, coming up, coming up. And emotions are very powerful, and they can influence the way that we think. And so if we have like an angry emotion coming up, then it will stimulate and influence angry thoughts. And if we just keep on keep on going round and round in that cycle, then we're just going to keep on feeding the angry emotion with our angry thoughts. And the angry emotion is going to get bigger and bigger, and it's going to demand more angry thoughts. And it's just going to have this like huge, huge momentum. And so it's really, really useful to notice the way that we're thinking about things. And this is why the thought of acceptance is so powerful to me, because it's a very neutral thought, but in reality, no thoughts are neutral. It's either love or fear. But forgiveness is that's right, acceptance. Though when I think about acceptance, I think about forgiveness. So that's why I said that. But acceptance is one of the most loving things that we can do to ourselves or anyone else. And acceptance doesn't mean that we just let people walk all over us, that we don't do anything to better ourselves, or we don't do anything to like fix a problem. It's just the foundation from which we start what we do is acceptance. Because if we're like a social justice warrior and we think that this thing happening outside is so horrible and it needs to be fixed right now, then maybe we're going to go out and try and do this like really noble cause with anger, inside of us, because we're blaming somebody, because we think this shouldn't be happening, this is wrong. But if we went about the same process, right, of trying to fix this, like the civil or social injustice out there, just in this example, if we start off with acceptance, this is what's happening, and that's okay, because that's what's happening. There's literally nothing we can do about what is currently happening in this moment, because that is already happening. What we can do is do something now in order to affect change in the next moment. but we can really only come to any situation with that kind of like calm and clarity if we accept it first. We accept what's currently happening.